All right, this video coming to you largely from the Winco parking lot. Pros and cons, been living at the address now for about 2 months. Three best things about it, three worst things about it. Gonna kick it off with one of the best things, no particular order, but one of the best things, food storage and cooking. I'm actually gonna largely talk about this one when I get back imminently to the address and I'm in my room and in the kitchen. And let me show you that scene, then I'll come back. All right, briefly at the address for the scene of the video. Let me show you what I got going on. Got stuff in the kitchen, the fridge, a cabinet, but got plenty of stuff in my room here also. At the bottom, Powerades. There's some in the fridge. Seltzer. There's some in the fridge. Got an onion over there. Got a cantaloupe. Got my rice. Got tomato sauce. Got more tomato sauce. Got hot sauce. Oats, more rice. That bag has a mix of almonds and raisins. Got some jams, got some spices, pepper, salt in the back. Plenty of stuff. And oh yeah, usually there's my olive oil in the middle. Usually mix the peanuts and the chocolate together and kind of make my own candy bar. Drink some milk while I'm having that. Honey from Gus goes with the oatmeal. So yeah, got a lot going on in here. And even when I was on the road so much, like rice, oats, canned goods, they lasted my car at almost any temperature for a long time. But still, like, I didn't want my car just like totally packed. It had other stuff, like it had everything I had. So it had my cooking stuff, it had my clothes, it had plenty of things in there. I didn't want to just fill it with tons of food. So like, I never really had that much. It's nice to have plenty of things, and I can make plenty of stuff, and it lasts a while. So definitely one of the pros of living in a permanent address. All right, number two on the pros list, how they're related, kind of two things, kind of one thing. How light my car is, and the fact that I don't need to move. So still need to like wake up, go to work, things like that. You know, I have these trips, I need to be at the airport at a certain time, but don't need to wake up just for the purpose of getting my things together and moving rooms. One room now. Have spent some nights on the strip. I was in Utah, I was in Reno, but no, it was like a twice a week thing, largely, for a few years. So don't need to do that, and yeah, it's just easier on the car. I mean, my car can handle it. This idiot hates mufflers. And yeah, there's so little in my car. It was just like packed with stuff. I have no clothes. I have no food. Yeah, it's just really light. Was able to take no cooking stuff. Was able to take a lot of stuff out of my car. I probably should take a few more things. There's a little bit in here that's unnecessary, but yeah, that's nice. Third thing, straight to it, same scene. Oh, the cost. Yeah, it's I've mentioned it in the newsletter, so I'm not gonna say, but it's great. I think I had, I don't know, maybe like once a year, I probably had a month that rivaled it, you know, living the way I used to, since like 2020. There were a couple months where I had like a lot of comps cover my stays on the strip, or and Airbnb nights were like discounted, and I remember one vividly that was lower than my monthly rent payment, and I remember a few that were in the same area, but largely this is just a great deal. And yeah, the money I could save is a good thing. Now I will go to a new scene, since it's the cons list. In a second I will face the other direction and tell you the first con. So if you didn't believe I was at Winco, there it is. One is the temperature. So I don't say anything because I'm not paying utilities, so I don't have a right to complain. It is a little warm in the house. There are even times now, so it's October, like right now in Vegas, I'm not sweating out here. It's like cool. If I had to guess, I would say it's like the mid to high 60s right now. So there are times I walk from my car to the front door and it's cool, and I get in and it's hotter. It was a little annoying at the beginning, and then I bought a fan, and that actually, the fan does so much more, just like a little table fan, but it does so much more than I ever thought it would. And when that's on, it's actually like cold sometimes when I'm sitting in my room. So that's nice. So that fixed it, but still, you know, I go into Harrah's instantly. First thing I do is lower the temperature, and then it's just like that for the rest of my stay. That's what I'm used to. It's different, but it's solid now that I have the fan. Second thing is the privacy. Not a big deal, but just used to it being me. You know, in the Airbnbs, it wasn't just me most of the time. Occasionally it was. You rent a room and just no one else is renting in that house, and you have the whole house to yourself, really. But Airbnbs, you know, it wasn't just me, but all these some motel rooms, largely casino hotels, like just me, and that's it. And like 2022, like clockwork, was 5 days on the Strip, 2 days in an Airbnb on the weekend. So like 5 out of every 7 days it was just me, and that's what I was used to. But it's all right. It's a little different. Ideally, you know, I would just like live inside Harrah's forever, but it's not like that. So it's all right, but I added this to the cons list. The worst, I saved the worst for last. Third thing is that I'm limited in how far from Vegas I can go on my days off. So last year when I left Vegas, that was a ton of fun. Stopped in Council Bluffs first, then went south. It was awesome playing in Norman, Oklahoma. It was great going to that castle and that waterfall, and then playing in New Orleans. I'd been to New Orleans, never played poker in New Orleans. I was in St. Louis, I was in Columbus, then Baltimore, and like there were just so many things I could do. And even on the way back this year, Forbes Field, so where that used to be on campus at Pittsburgh, and then enjoyed New Mexico, playing in both poker rooms. Just haven't been in New Mexico much in my life. And then the week in Arizona, met my parents. They were on vacation, and all the things we did. And I had been making a list for the route going back, and then this job at Planet Hollywood presented itself, and I don't know when that's happening. Like, there's I wouldn't really call it archaeological, but there's an historic site in the southeast I wanted to go to. No clue when I'm going there. Also, even though I was really close to Milwaukee, didn't go there, even though I was like 90 minutes away. Still want to go there at some point and play poker. Haven't been back in the state in over 10 years. I don't know when that's happening. It's like, I could go to Southern California, I could go to Utah, I could go to places in Nevada, I could go to Arizona, but even like New Mexico's a little far unless I'm flying there. Yeah, like Salt Lake City I flew, Reno I flew. Like if it's more than a 4-hour drive, I really don't plan on driving there and back on my days off. If it's more than that, it's a flight. So the places that I could drive to are a little limited. Like I have a pretty long list of things. Yeah, there's an eating challenge at a restaurant in Michigan I wanted to do. There's something baseball related in New Mexico, a place I wanted to go, something baseball related in Illinois. I was planning on going to at least some of these on the drive back to New York, and now I'm not driving back to New York at the end of the year. So the lack of the cross-country trip, you know, I did it twice a year, and now it's 0 times a year. So that's really the worst thing. I'll do these things at some point, but not in the near future. So it's all right. They're good things to have in this position and being in Vegas most of the time. But yeah, the list is just going to get longer, and I don't know when I'm going to have the opportunity to do those things, but I'll keep the list. It'll be saved in a file on my laptop, and I'll get to them eventually. And remember, rice is a spoon food.